Swift look in his sort of return this week to practice?
Good. Last couple of days, been out there working. Been looking pretty good.
Play, and if so, maybe you talked about this a couple weeks ago. Like, how do you balance the impact that he has on the field with the I guess workload to make sure that he stays healthy?
Yeah, just taking it one day at a time. That's where we are now with him, and each day he has made progress. So I will say that. And every day we continue to check. The doctors and everything continue to check, and I talk with him. So he's making progress. And once we get to that point, that's something that Ben and myself or make sure that we're on top of is balancing those guys out, and we will.
You guys played pretty well offensively. I think everybody that we talked to thinks New England was kind of an anomaly offensively. But you had a chance to take a look at everything on the bye. What's the one thing you came out of the bye with saying, this is something maybe I want to do better, or the big point of emphasis coming out of the bye for you?
Yeah. One of the things that I looked at is just making sure that the running backs are turning cracks in the holes. That's one of the things. I go back and look at all our runs. And it's very easy to look at the runs with gaping holes, holes that you and I can run through. It's very easy to look at those. But what about when it's a little hairy in there and the hole is developing? Did we hit it? Did we find it? Did we expand it? So that's one of the things I definitely go back and check.
Your run game numbers are so good this year. Yards before contact, yards after contact, all that. The one that inexplicably is lagging is the short yardage situations, third down, fourth down, when you gotta have it, I guess is the term sometimes used, toward the bottom of the league and conversion rate in those situations. So when you went back and you looked, is there a theme going on those gotta have it situations, those short yardage, third down situations where things aren't clicking?
Yeah, it's all about execution. It's all about going back, and I start with the running backs first, of course, and I kind of just touched on that a little bit, turning cracks in the holes, and the running backs know I'm big on that. And then it goes from them to the line to the tight ends. It's everybody, and collectively as a group we talked about it, and it'd be different.
You guys were back on Swift a little bit. Y'all was real patient a little bit in how y'all dealt with him and his reps going into the offseason. You guys felt like you got done everything you could. I guess how frustrating is it when you see a guy working that hard, you see the work they're putting in, and on your side, knowing that y'all did everything, they're like limit his reps. How is it dealing with that, and how do you manage that moving forward to make sure he can stay good?
I would say it's very frustrating for the kid, definitely. We all know this is a violent game. We took the precautions back then, of course, practicing 2 practices, 3 practices, or whatever it was, 1 practice off. And that was during training camp, and that did work. But, just as well as I do, man, as soon as you hit those lines, anything can happen. And unfortunately, of course, the shoulder, the ankle has really been nagging him, been bothering him, and you can see it in his eyes. It's a passionate kid, man. He wants to be out there on the field. He's asking questions left and right. He's working hard, trying to get back, doing extra. So it really means something to him. So I see the frustration. I'm not frustrated at all because I played the game. I know the game. You just can't injure yourself twice, as I say. You can't, of course, the injury is what it is, and then mentally you can be so down in the dumps where you feel like this is going to happen again. You can almost hurt yourself.
You finish that short yardage question with it'll be different. Schematically, attitude, what gives you that confidence?
Everything. Just the conversation. It's the conversation with the running backs, the conversation that Ben had with the whole offense, just everybody doing their job. And, when you sit there and you go back and watch the tape, the big eye in the sky don't lie, as we say. We were able to point out some things to some guys, and, they took it, which was good.